Okay, so how it's going to work. So we're going to start off with a bunch of movements that we're going to call our roots, right? So this is our foundations. This is the roots of our tree, and this is going to be all body weight. But as I've said, maybe using a tennis ball or a football for a bit of feedback. But other than that, it's body weight, right? And you're going to need minimal space, zero equipment, and the time's going to depend where you're at. So let's say you're at the beginning. So I'm going to show you how to scale each movement. This is what I want it to be, but if you can't do that, maybe you're really injured, you just had an operation, who knows, you're going to start here. And it's all about developing and bridging that gap to the point where you do the more advanced one, right? But once you've got to that point, you should be in a good place where you don't need to invest that much time in it. But if you're right, you're at the beginning, and I'll show you what I mean as we go through it. But if you're at the beginning, that's where you might need to do more little and often. Because it's all about developing this. It's all about developing, well, the connection between this and this. So I'll keep talking about neurology, proprioception, balance, blah, 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 blah. But the people with, I always think of, I look at fighters, I'm still into fighting quite a bit. And GSP is a good example. So he's a fighter who was at the top of his game for years, like one of the greatest welterweights ever, one of the greatest fighters ever. He had a long, very successful career, and he came out of it in great shape, right? And he's still in great shape now, post like retirements and stuff. He's starring in films and that. He moves amazingly well. Him and a load of other athletes who are faring well like him, something they share, something they have in common. Really good balance, really good proprioception. Look at Conor McGregor in his prime. You watch all these animal movements, all this balance training. They had a really good awareness of where they are in space. They had really good connection with the body. If we develop that, you can apply that to anything, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to free you from this meat prison. Maybe you're injured, maybe you're in pain, maybe you lift a lot and you're just really stiff and tight, and you're going to use it as a bit of an additional thing because you'll be able to. I mean, this is the point of it. If you're someone who's using this as your whole thing, there's more than enough there for you, and I'm going to show you how to layer on top of it. So we'll have our roots that sort of lead into our trunk. Once we've got to that bit, that's where we start adding in dumbbells and kettlebells and sandbags, and we start adding in like some plyometrics. I'm going to throw in some testing. I'm going to throw in, maybe you've got a bad shoulder, here's an extra bit for you, there's a branch for you. Maybe you've got a knee issue, here's a branch for you, some extra bits for you. Maybe you do BJJ, here's some extra bits for you. And I'm going to keep adding to it. We're going to have, you know, I'm going to put a cutting bit into it, how to leverage things in your life. So basically, again, when it comes to dieting and cutting, I don't want it to be a big challenge. I don't want it to be dead complicated. I'm going to give you super simple solutions that are going to help you to manage your weight, get your body fat down, and combine it with this system and other activities, i.e. rucking and walking, to trim down without sacrificing time with your family, without taking away from your job, from your career. Maybe you want to, I don't know, but maybe you've got a business and you're short on time like me. I'm a busy dude, and that's why I'm so chuffed now that because what I realised is I got so addicted to the gym, I got so addicted to training, I was missing out on so much else because I had this thing in my head that I had to tick these boxes within my training, within the gym, to then be able to do other stuff. If I can do this in the gym now, and it's like, just do the other stuff. I love climbing, I love going for runs, I love going ninja warrior with my kids, I love getting out into the lakes. There's so many other things I want to do as well. I want to have a go at parkour, I want to have a go at fencing, I've started doing javelin. It's like, there's so many fun things you can do, and I want to give you a body that is capable of doing that. I want to do what I've done for myself and for others that I've been sharing this system with or bits of it with. Is turn back the clock. I want to put that spring back in your step. I want you not just to keep up with your kids, I want you to fucking lead them. I want you to fucking drag them along with you. Because that's what we have such responsibility for that generation coming up, because it's getting rough out there, man, innit? It's getting rough in terms I'm seeing kids like whose bodies are mangled already, they're posh as shit, they're doing fuck all activity, the fitness levels are shit. It's like, and you can tell them all you want, you can throw them to sports and that, but there's nothing worse than fat coaches. There's nothing worse than being one of them parents on the sidelines screaming at your kid to do more when you couldn't even do a lap of the pitch. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry, it is. And I want to help. I'm not saying you are. I'm not insulting anyone that I hope. But it's like, we have a responsibility as adults, and it's about time we fucking grab hold of that and we set that example. But I recognise, I know how hard it is. I said I've got 3 kids myself. We've got activities all the time, right? There's swimming, there's jiu-jitsu, there's rugby, there's he's going climbing, climbing's cool. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to find activities we do together, like his winter training, we can do that together, climbing, blah 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 blah. My daughter, I've been taking her down to like javelin and stuff. My other one does, but see, there's just so much. And then I run my own business. I treat people, I train people. I'm trying to do online stuff. I've been studying. My missus has her own business, so we've got to juggle that as well. It's so hard, and I don't want you to have to get up at 5 in the morning like I used to do just to to tick this box that was actually, a lot of my training was just hurting me. It was actually, if I trained a lot less, I'd have got a lot further. Because I used to understand that, and for some reason, I just, yeah, anyway, my point is, it's a system that you can use it a little or a lot, right? And it can be your whole thing. Again, I'm going to put in like dumbbells and kettlebells. I'm going to put in sandbags. I'm going to put in testing. I'm going to put in like, there's a broad jump test. There's like a couple of sprint tests. There's a change direction test for you to, if you want to measure your fitness and see where you're at, because that's what me and my lad are going to do in winter training. We've got some throwing in there as well, and we're going to use them as our measure. So we're going to do that, and then the stuff I'm showing with you, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave it open to interpretation as well. So I'm going to give you like, the roots and then the trunk and then blah, 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 blah. But I'm also going to throughout it be like, make this yours. Like, don't just copy this. Like, I want you to become the master of your own body, the master of your own training, the master of your own health. And I want to help you to do that. I'm going to try and educate you along the way. So that's how it's going to work, right? So we're going to have a bunch of movements. They're the basic bits we're going to cover first. All body weight. They're our roots. And we're going to show you how to develop from the basic to the more advanced, right? And then how to incorporate them into sort of like a little routine. Then we're going to it starts to get a bit more complex. We start stringing movements together, etc., etc. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move into like the activation phase, which is a little bit of balance, and then we're going to start to integrate movements and start building on that proprioceptive work that we're going to start with. If I use words like that, sorry, I try not to. I'll try and keep it very basic, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. I hope that makes sense. I know I'm throwing a lot of information here, and I will continue to do so. Honestly, I'm so excited about this. I've recorded this so many times, and then I've deleted it, and I've recorded it again, I've deleted it, but this is it. This is going to be the one. I've done my unit up. I feel like it's in a great place to do it. It's a space I want to do it in. It's a space I want to be in, and you can create your own little space too if you want. That's what I've done. I've created my own little man cave, or you can create your own little man cave or woman. I don't want to say a woman cave, that's a bit weird, isn't it? But you know what I mean. If you want to create your own little space, great. Again, I think I mentioned this already, everything's off Marketplace in here, including everything I've decorated with. It's all bargains. I've done it for hundreds. I've kitted out a unit and got all sorts of bits of cool kit and stuff. So you can do that too. But again, you need minimal space, minimal time, and zero equipment, bar some stuff you've probably got lying around anyway. Right, let's crack on.